On this week's episode, we learn why the old saying about good fences make good neighbors just might be true. If the Hatfields and McCoys would have been better fence builders, well, that famous feud would have been nothing but a minor scuffle. So a good fence is a must, especially with neighbors like the two we have competing today on this episode of Tough Grit.
Hey Shannon, should I even ask what in the world you're doing out here like that?
Ah, Caleb, my young friend, I am aligning myself with nature. I am in tune with the universe. I am communicating with the great cosmic power. I am trying to get my britches unstuck from this fence.
Yep, figured that was the case. And tell me, what are you doing in my neighbor's pasture anyways? We don't take too kindly to trespassers out here.
Now, don't worry, he was a lousy shot. Besides, if he doesn't want trespassers, he should have built a better fence. One that's not so bad on my designer jeans.
Well, making strong, sturdy fences and gates and keeping your animals in and unwanted critters out is a tough but very important job.
Hey, I'm not a critter. I'm more of a varmint.
Maybe you struggled digging those post holes by hand, or had to install a brace to last your fence for years. Or maybe it's a matter of hanging a resilient gate all by yourself. At some point, we've all found ourselves in a big pile of tough grit.
I'm Shannon Riley.
And I'm Caleb Regan. And when there's a job to be done, you want to know the right way to do it. And that's where we come in. Today, we're not only going to show you how to do the project the first time, we're going to give you the tools for helping you get it done right.
Right the first time. And we're going to throw in a little Take That Neighbor fun competition just to have a good time. Let's meet today's contestants.
Getting down to the nitty-gritty today is Karen Kebb from rural Osage County, Kansas. Karen has a farm-based baking business and raises sheep, cattle, and pigs.
Karen got first choice on the type of fence she would use. I guess you could call it her picket fence.
And contestant number 2 is Emily Burkett, all the way from Linden, Kansas, where she helps run the family cattle and grain business. And occasionally you'll find her in the driver's seat of an 18-wheeler.
Emily is the kind of contestant we love on the show. Someone we can talk into buying us all lunch.
Welcome, ladies, to Tough Grit.
Today we have a very useful project for you. You're gonna dig it. Brace yourselves. It's going to be great. Today's challenge is setting a brace post and hanging a gate. When traveling any country road, you're likely to see plenty of fences with sagging wires or mesh so loose, even the most timid livestock will laugh at them. You need a real fence, not some string between two posts that embarrasses your cattle, but a fence and a gate that holds in the livestock and holds up your pride.
Fence failures are common, and most of the time they're caused by a corner or end post being pulled from the ground by the tension of the wires themselves. Well-braced fences and sturdy gates may not seem like rocket science, but you need to consider a little physics or follow expert advice to get them right.
Sometimes 6 inches can mean the difference between a lifelong installation and one that fails in just a few years. Am I right? So to help coach you to win and give you expert advice, we've brought in the best. Today we have the guru of all things rule, a man dedicated to truth, justice, and the American hay. Hank Will, editor-in-chief of Grip magazine. Sorry, ladies, he's spoken for. And she's not crazy about it either.
Our second project expert is Jason Hurt, store manager of the Tractor Supply store in Toledo, Ohio.
Jason is very knowledgeable about gates and fences. He even wore his lucky slacks, so I guess you could call him Mr. Fancy Pants.
These two experts will give you guidance and give you coaching advice on how to complete your project accurately, efficiently, and as always, safely. The contestant who can install their posts and hang their gates and satisfy our standards will win with up to a $1,000 gift card to Tractor Supply Company.
Now, while tackling our project today, our contestants and experts are going to be using some really great tools and equipment.
We'll install a heavy-duty 5-bar metal livestock gate from Tractor Supply, and we'll be using earthquake augers with an 8-inch bit, Groundwork Pro post hole diggers, and DeWalt power drills.
Before we start setting our first fence post, Let's have our experts explain the importance of this part of the fencing and what to expect on this challenge.
Emily, a tensioned wire fence can exert 1,000 pounds to 1,500 pounds of pressure on an anchor post, and a corner post has to withstand that pull in two different directions. And soil movement from temperature or moisture change or collisions with livestock or wildlife can increase that pull at least temporarily to 2,500 pounds. Those loads are more than the average 6-inch post can withstand, but with a well-placed brace, the fence can stand up to 6,000 pounds of pull, at least temporarily.
There's a lot of ways to make a brace. Today we're going to talk about the two-post horizontal brace. It's considered to be the easiest one to do right the first time. It makes a good anchor for up to 660 feet of fence with up to 6 wires. The first thing we need to do is we need to lay out where our 2 anchor posts are going to be located, and that's done 3 different ways. We can, one, use a clamshell post hole digger, or we can also use a tractor mounted power auger or a handheld power auger. The hole has to be at least 36 inches deep. Then we need to set our posts, backfill and tamp, and make sure we get it good and solid.
And now let's get going with the first part of the competition.
You'll have to set your first post, making sure you're to a depth of 3 feet down, and then backfill that post hole before moving on to the second hole.
Now you'll dig one post hole with an auger, but the second post hole you're gonna dig with a clamshell digger for a Wumano a Machino part of the competition. Well, you didn't think it was gonna be easy, did you?
Good luck to you both.
Ready, set, go.
The winner of this first challenge will be the first contestant to finish digging the first post hole, setting their brace post and backfilling, then getting the second hole to a depth of 1 foot.
This time, just set it down to the bottom real slow. Just rev it all the way up and then just slow. Yeah, perfect.
There you go. Set it down and grab those clamshells.
Hold it apart and shove down as hard as you can. You got to kind of, yeah, now lift. Heavy mud, heavy clay. Excellent. Excellent, Emily. This is beautiful.
Try just shivving it 180. There you go.
Well, our contestants have been digging like gophers, so it's time for you to go for a drink or go for a potty break. But don't go for long. You don't want to miss the exciting conclusion to our first challenge.
When you are short on materials, time, or really just want to try something different, a brace from New Zealand comes to mind. This so-called Kiwi brace requires only a single anchor post and a single rail. As with the 2-post horizontal brace, you plant the Kiwi brace's post at least 3 feet into the ground and set it with a slight angle away from the direction of pull. Next, you need to position the rail with one end against the post and the other on a smooth rock or concrete block at ground level. Make some marks, trim the ends of the rail so that it will fit snug against the post and more or less flat on the stone. Next, pin the rail to the post, run a loop of 9 or 10 gauge brace wire from the lower end of the rail to the bottom of the post, and then tighten by twisting the wire with a stick. The Kiwi brace can withstand about as much pull as the 2-post horizontal brace. In any event, if good fences make good neighbors, good braces make good fences.
Welcome back to Tough Grit. Our contestants are really working up a sweat while they try to dig down to set their posts.
And now they'll plant their posts and backfill those post holes.
What Caleb calls a really great Saturday night.
Yeah, it's pretty close. Yeah, now it's level.
Yeah, get the mud, my boots.
All right, let's start backfilling.
Yeah, and then go ahead and use that sharp edge. Just walk around once with that and then just kick a bunch and then just do it with your foot and we're done.
me see that level, Hank. Level right there. Level on that side. That's as sturdy as they come. Nice job, you're done. Wow. You just won yourself a $500 gift card to Tractor Supply Company.
Yes.
Karen and Jason, come on up here. So, you didn't win the first part of the competition. Jason, what went wrong?
Their dirt was better than ours. It was softer.
Wow, it's pretty early in the day for all this mudslinging.
Now that our posts are in place, it's time to attach our horizontal braces and then string some wire. That was a close competition.
So don't go anywhere. We'll be back. Post haste.
Welcome back to Tough Grit. Our two teams have finished digging the post holes and placing the posts, doing some backfilling. Now they'll attach the horizontal brace and wire them into place with the help of our experts.
To attach our rails, first we need to drill a 3/8 hole into the post here and also on each end of the rail there. And you can either use a line level or eyeball it to make sure it's nice and straight.
Okay.
You can use either a electric drill from your power source or a bit brace, because some of the battery operated drills today won't handle the auger because they don't have enough power.
I see.
So Emily, once you get the holes drilled, you go ahead and insert a galvanized pin into the post and then hang your rail on the pin like that. Go ahead and bring the rail around until it's approximately level. If you happen to have a handy level, you can make it level. And then go ahead and mark the post. Then you can drill your second hole, drive the second pin, and you're good to go. Once we get the horizontal rail in place, Emily, you want to backfill this brace post. Yeah. You know what? It's not an ideal day for drilling posts and filling them in because we've had about a week of rain here. It's really a lot wetter than you'd want to sort of install fence under ideal conditions, but sometimes you just have to do what you have to do. Yeah. Normally these holes won't be quite as wet. You can see we pulled up a bunch of water, but we can still get a good sturdy brace out of it.
All right, next we're going to run our brace wire. We're going to use these staples in that brace wire, and we're going to run it from about 3 inches from the bottom there. We're going to run it all the way to here, and that'll give us a nice tight brace.
Dang.
So
pull this as tight as we can. Beautiful. So then the last thing to do, Emily, for building a brace is we need to tighten up this diagonal wire. The way that you do that is you take a good stout stick, in this case we're using a piece of pipe, basically insert it between the two wires and then just wrap it until these components pull together and they'll pull this post tight to that post.
I think I know what you're saying. Like
That's
this?
Right, yep, exactly like that.
Just wrap it like this?
Keep turning it. And if you keep one end a little bit longer, yep, just like you're doing. See how it's starting to pull?
Yes.
Keep going, you're closing up the gaps. I'd give it maybe...
Another one?
Maybe, at least, maybe 2 more if you can do her.
2 more.
All right, give you a hand, get it through. And then, yeah, let's call that one a... Yeah, let's go one more. Let's go one more. This wire is good and tight. There.
Good.
And then you just pull it through and and leave it lean up against the horizontal.
It'll hold?
Yep, it'll hold. So Emily, once you've got a good firm brace, you got a nice place to hang a gate, the next thing you want to do is you want to dry fit the gate to be sure it's going to fit in the opening. In this particular case, we're putting 2 6-foot gates and a 12-foot opening, so we actually measured ahead of time. But it's prudent if you're actually doing this in the field to use the gate itself to give you a rough idea of the space between the posts. And then once you've got it sort of propped into place, you can mark where you want the hinges to be, and then go ahead and take the gate away, bore for the hinges, install them, and then hang the gate. You have to do a little bit of tweaking now and then to get the gate to, be level and to swing through.
And the last thing we really got to do to hang the gate is install the hinges. The size drill bit you're going to use is going to be determined on what size gate you have. A smaller gate or a lighter weight gate is going to have a smaller pin, so you do the smaller drill bit. Good tip would be to drill your hole a little bit smaller than the actual pin of the gate. That'll give you a tighter fit.
So Emily, the hinge components consist of 2 parts, a pin and a strap. The straps you'll bolt onto the gate itself. We'll probably use this space here and maybe this space, well, more than likely this space here. And then you drive the pins into the drilled holes You can kind of adjust them back and forth to help level the gate. And then on the bottom pin, you actually have it facing up, and the strap will fit it like this, so the gate will sort of hang on it. But to keep your bulls or whatever from pulling the gate off of the pins, your top pin should be facing down, and we'll actually slide the strap up to it, and then that way there's no way to get that gate to come off without busting something, and it's really hard to break these things.
I see.
Great work, ladies. And now it's time to install those gates. Now, Hank and Jason are going to be by to help you and give you some expert advice. At least that's what they say they're going to be doing.
And don't forget, you'll need to move quickly. But I'm also judging on accuracy, how level and plumb your gate is in the closed position, and how freely and smoothly it swings. And of course, staying within our safety guidelines.
Ready, set, go.
Both of them drilling all the way through this first step in the process.
I'm glad Hank remembered to make sure he wasn't standing in front of the drill.
Emily looks like she's going a little bit downhill. Can't tell for sure. Karen's looks nice and straight to start
Is it
with.
too much to hope that they're going to reach some sap? I want to make some syrup.
There you go, lower your hands a little bit. Yep, there you go, there you go. Looking good. Yep, steady just like that, steady, steady.
If you need to, you can turn your drill to the side, like gangster. There you go. There you go, there you go. Oh man, there you go, there you go, there you go.
Which of our contestants will swing into action to win the best gate installation? And which of our contestants will have to put up with a swing and a miss? Stay tuned to find out.
Choosing the right gate for your needs is just as important as installing it correctly. Consider what you want to keep in or out. Cattle, horses, pigs, dogs, and chickens all have different requirements. With large animals, a gate made of pipe might be a good idea. Many dogs will squirm right through a tube gate constructed for cattle though. For them, a wire-filled mesh gate might be a better option. Also consider what you want to get through the gate. If you're building a gate to walk through, it makes more sense to use a 4-foot wide gate than a 16-foot wide gate. If you need to drive a combine through, however, something a little bit larger may be your best bet. If you are driving through the gate often, you might also consider an automated gate opener. Planning ahead and doing it right the first time will save you hours and money in the long run.
We're in the final moments of our gate hanging challenge, and our two contestants are really pushing themselves to the limit.
But it's not just the gate that's hanging in the balance. It's bragging rights and a $500 gift card from Tractor Supply Company.
I think once we get to the end, you'll be all right. And we can always change the dimension.
There you go. Arm getting tired?
1. Singular sensation, every little tap they take.
You take your time, take your time. Just get some good square hits, you'll be good. And I think once we get busted through, we get this chunk of, yeah, here it's coming.
And turn it over just a little bit. Do it like this.
You get it started, it's really good.
All right. We'll get this one tight, and then we'll go get our gate.
One of the main things I'll be judging these gates on is their stability.
I had a court judge my stability once. It did not go well.
You ready? We'll get and we'll set our bottom one in.
Yeah, just till it bites. All right, that's good, let's go get the gate.
If they're accurate with installation, the gate should be solid, level, and it should swing easily both ways.
And we'll have to swing the gate this way at a right angle.
If both gates are installed correctly, the winner will be whoever finished first.
We gotta get this hinge off because this is too low. Unless, check this out. Loosen this up, then that'll fall through. Then that'll give us enough room then to put that on.
Yeah, keep going. A little bit more. There, good, good.
Is that right?
There, that's better.
There you go. There you go. There you go.
Okay.
All right, put your nut and bolt back in. I think we're done. Good job.
Well, both teams have declared that they're done. It's as good as it's going to get. Here's Karen and Jason from Team Tractor Supply. That's nice and level. Hank and Emily on Team Grit. Theirs is coming a little bit downhill. Both of them swing freely, so based on that, I got to give this challenge to Karen. You just won a $500 gift card at Tractor Supply.
Thank you.
All right. Congratulations, Emily. You too won a $500 gift card from Tractor Supply for winning the first challenge. What is it you're going to get?
New work clothes.
Oh, you're going to need them. See if you can find something in pink.
To sign up, go to toughgrit.com and click on the I Can Do That button, or look for the advertisement in Grit Magazine. Don't wait, sign up today. And now you know almost all there is to know about posts, braces, and gates. And if you want to know more, check out toughgrit.com. Glad you could join us. Hope to see you next time.
And remember, good fences do make good neighbors, especially if you live next to Caleb. I'm Shannon Riley.
I'm Caleb Regan.
And remember, if you see us coming, you know you're in
Tough Grit.
On next week's episode, we'll meet two contestants who are ready for the long haul. Rugged, outdoorsy folks with an itchin' for some hitching. Trailer hitching, that is. Watch as our two contestants hitch their wagons to a star. Well, okay, they'll be hitching their trailers, not wagons, and the stars are really the stars of rural transportation, our pickup trucks. Either way, you don't want to miss this hookup. On next week's episode of Tough Grit.